Hey y'all, we did it. Last day of 2025. Crazy. This is crazy. Thanks for being along for the journey. For anyone who's new, let me catch you up to speed, and that's gonna lead into uh, my thoughts, my reflections for the rest of this. I'm keeping an eye on if anyone pops in for the chat for this time. In the past, I've kind of been hyper focused on what I was saying, and I wasn't good on the chat. 5 years ago or so, I was taking specific actions to having my own company or having some kind of entrepreneurial financial freedom. I had the idea of it for a while, like maybe 10 years. And then I spent probably 3, 5 years just getting better, like getting good enough to code on my own, basically. And then around the 5 years ago, 2020, I had like formalized the company name that I wanted. I was thinking about what could I do, and I think I quit around then. I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline, but just think about that. Like I had a goal in my head for 10 years of what I wanted out of the lifestyle at least, which for me was to have like control over my time, be able to exercise, be able to create something awesome, be remote if I wanted to. And then for 10 years, it's basically been the same goal, like to have that with financial freedom. And for 10 years, basically haven't gotten it. I've had one or the other, time freedom, like I have now, or financial abundance, like I had when I had a full time job. And now I'm just working a lot and not getting paid at all. And I used to be so ashamed of that. Like, I felt like, oh, I'm so stupid. Like, how can all these other 19, 20 year olds be making it big? And here I am after 10 years and I haven't found out a way to make it work. And you know what? The messages I get now they're basically a variation of how do you keep going? Like, how do you get motivated? And what they're really saying is, like, you're not good and yet you're still showing up. How do you keep doing that? Or it's like, you're kind of old now. I'm 32. They're like, why are you still trying? Or they're like, people aren't using your app. Like, why don't you build another app? Uh, and I kind of take pride in that now. Like, I wanted to be the guy who just showed up on the internet and crushed it right out the gate, and I'm like this genius prodigy. And instead, I'm the total opposite. And maybe I just need to embrace that. Like, I'm the guy who had a goal for 10 years, got let himself get misled by other things and pursuits, didn't want to work hard, and then recommitted, and then worked really hard, and still hasn't gotten it yet. I haven't achieved this thing I've been going for, um, and yet I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping, and I wanna. If I know a lot of people are afraid of starting because they don't want to fail publicly. So I think the theme of this stream is just like um, trying to hone in on the message that it's not that bad to fail publicly. It's not that bad at all. Promise you. I have this number up here because I've been working on the app specifically of Compass Calendar, which is a productivity app for engineers, for 415 days in a row. That's consecutive. Every one of those days I worked on it for at least 2 hours, up to like 10, 12 hours some days. But I didn't miss a day for 415 days. And that was just the last 2 years. I had worked on it since 2021. So that was 4 years now. So a project that has made no revenue for 4 years. And then recently I worked on it consecutively for 415 days. Um, and then towards the end of this year, I'm like, all right, let's create some kind of a challenge to get some hype around the app. And that's where this live streaming came in. I was like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to work on it every day for 61 days. And this is the 61st day. And I've showed up on here every single day and live streamed for a small amount of time to like an hour. So and what I'm trying to say here is I've been putting in the work, um, and I've learned some things just that you can only learn from doing things in volume like this. One of the things, um, I'll talk about the fears that I had, and I think other people have who are worried about starting, is that they're gonna get ridiculed by everyone, or they're gonna be made fun of. It's gonna be embarrassing for them, and that kind of happens, but it's not like an active slew of people coming at you. It's more like little snickers or little side comments under your breath at holiday parties or meeting up with old friends who don't really get what you're trying to do. But that's it. You kind of deal with it that one night, and then it's up to you if you're going to keep replaying it in your head. And then what happens is the hard part about it, really, failing publicly, is people just don't give you any attention. Like when you're really posting something, you're making an offer saying, I have something valuable for you to read, for you to try out. And then when no one pays any attention to you, they're saying, we don't see the value there. And that's the part that hurts. I'm not going to lie. It's being ignored by the audience that you're trying to help, by the users you're trying to serve, by the sponsors you're trying to get. It's just them quietly saying through their actions, like, hey, we don't see it yet. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, that can hurt, but the hurt is self-inflicted. It's like you're putting that back on you and adding a lot of meaning to it about how I'm a failure, I'm a loser, blah blah blah. In the end, like, they just have so much time and they have so much demands on their time already that they have to be diligent. Like, they're trying to be sold to every hour of the day, and everyone in the attention economy has to be really disciplined about who they give their time to. And so it's not even like personal. It's not a personal attack, but it's easy to make it personal. And where I got thrown off in the beginning of those 5 years where I had started is I let that stop me. Like, I would let myself get in a funk, and if a launch for my app didn't go well, or I didn't get enough responses, or I didn't get enough downloads or whatever, it would really throw me off. And that's when I leaned on the volume game more. I'm like, okay, I can control if I show up, and then I'm just going to do the work. Regardless of what people say or how well it goes, like, I'm just gonna show up and grind and increase my pain tolerance a bit. And that was really good for me at that time. Like, that's what I needed. The drawback of that is that I think energetically it's just a little wrong. It kind of misses the point. I think energetically, the way to think about it is who can I help? Who can I serve? I just want to serve you. I just want to give. How can I give the most? How can I help you achieve your goals quicker? How can I save you money? How can I make you money? It's like, it's about them. And when you focus on the inputs and these streaks like I have, it's about me, self-centeredness instead of being more of a servant. It's easy to be like self-centered because we know ourselves best. And that's why everyone who makes content starts with lifestyle content, because it's like, here's my day, here's what I eat, here's my workout routine, here are my friends, here we went on a little trip, here's a funny story about me, because we know that, and we want it to be valuable. But it, like I was saying before, people have just so many demands on themselves that the personal experience unpackaged as something actionable or helpful is not actionable or helpful for people. And there's already so much of that available with a swipe of a thumb that it just doesn't break out. to the level that you need to, and then you see people just having to be more helpful. And I think that's the natural order of things, and it's good it's that way. For a little evidence of this, like here's the lives. First it was all about me getting my app profitable, blah blah blah, and then I saw it was kind of dying out a little bit because it was just all about me streaming the app. Some people really liked it, but like it's a hard message to break out. And then I pivoted and changed the packaging so that it's standalone helpful content. And even these numbers aren't like massive, but I think these are more helpful. I think I could have made the themes a little more well thought out and made them into like mini series. I definitely could have packaged them better. But what I'm saying is, I think this way of just creating things and giving it to people is gonna do better than just talking about yourself all the time. Unless you're incredibly beautiful or charismatic, or you have something that's like differentiating on the surface, it's hard to just pull up a mic and yap and get the attention that you need. So the content has pivoted to be more quality first. It's going to pivot away from total volume and more towards just helpfulness. So that's why I started the newsletter, because this is just pure goodness that anyone can consume, and you don't need to know about me or my whole preamble about the app. If you're an engineer, you should sign up for this newsletter. It's a good breakdown, and it'll make you a better engineer. And that's that. And that's the direction I'm going to keep going now that I am more clear about who I'm trying to serve, which is engineers. So to go back to volume, the hardest part about starting is that people just won't pay attention to you. And it's not that new people come and attack you right away. It's that the people you hoped would be there for you when you suck slowly pull away, because they slowly start thinking, ooh, he still sucks, or ooh, he hasn't figured it out yet. Let me just wait and see. Let me just spend more time with so and so. Maybe some of them will come back around once you're great and say and be really nice to you about it. Maybe they'll never come back. But when you start, you're hoping that those people will be there for you in a time when you suck. And that's the hardest part about sucking for 5 to 10 years and not achieving your goal in like a public way, is just watching the people slowly fade out of your life who you hoped would be there for you. One reason I know this is because from the start, from those 5 years, I've kept this guy. And I've talked about this in the video called How to Refactor Your Life, something like that, within the last 2 months. And it's a journal where you write one little line a day. See, it's not much. And I can see slowly people fading away. I can see slowly myself floundering. I can see where I cut corners and where I was on the right path. There's no better teacher than yourself, and it's best if you can just learn from other people and not have to spend your own time learning the lessons. But you are going to spend your time doing something regardless, so might as well just learn the lessons that are in front of you. So I would, going into New Year, trying to bring it back to you guys. For whatever reason, you found the stream and you found the series, and this is the last of the daily streams. And you're probably thinking about next year and what you want to accomplish, what your version of my app or my whole lifestyle aspirations are. And I would encourage you to, one, check out the long form I just made, which is about productivity and how to create a system. It's called Don't Set Goals, Create a System. 2 is to not listen to me or anyone else, just listen to yourself. And it just takes one line a day. It doesn't have to be this notebook. I don't have a sponsored link or anything because I'm not affiliated officially, but just I would say document your life in a way where you can look back at it and see through your BS, um, and try to learn. I've learned a lot. I've talked about volume here versus helpfulness, and how I'm gonna stop doing these streaks and thinking about this as like the actual goal. The goal is to be helpful, and not to pat my back on just the streaks. At the same time, one of the benefits of the streaks is it forges your identity. It forces you to be the type of person that shows up. So even though financially, I'm at the same level in terms of entrepreneurship that I was like 10 years ago, 5 years ago when I kind of officially started, I know identity wise, it's like night and day. Before, like anything that went wrong would set me off. Before anyone could control my thoughts and my emotions, before I was just confused about what I needed to do and what price it would be demanded to achieve what I wanted to achieve. And now I know who I am. I don't let myself get thrown off center. I'm a lot more uh, wise about who I choose to associate with and give my time to. And I know the price. I know the price. I know the price to make it and to do well in this game I'm playing. And that came through volume and repetition. Um, yeah, man. I'm I'm excited for next year. I'm excited. I feel like I'm on the path. I'm excited that you found this video. I'm really grateful. To be honest, every day I looked at the YouTube and see if anyone would look at my ramblings on the stream, and even if it's just a handful of people, like it felt. I feel really appreciative for you guys for being along with this journey and having some kind of interest in some way, because um, like I was saying, if I post some things into the void and it's the wrong product, it's the wrong piece of content, it's the wrong packaging, and it gets nowhere, that's a whole group of people who just are like, yeah, whatever. And then if I try to re-engage people who are already in my life, who I hope are going to be there, and then they slowly fade away, that's like a second group of people who I've kind of lost. And to have any other third group where it's like they're opting in, they're coming in, they're saying, no, I do want to listen, I do want to be along for the journey, I do want to offer some kind of support, even if it's just a little bit of time, even if it's just liking a video here or there, like that's been big. I don't think you guys know how encouraging that is for young creators or starter uppers. Uh, so yeah, thank you guys. Maybe that's a good way to wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. Um, thank you for resonating with this message. If you resonate with my stuff, I think you're doing good in the world, and that you're going to do great things. I wish you the best next year, and yeah, man, thank you. Good night.